Welcome in episode 1 of the Future Star Series Plus MLB Draft Spotlight Show. I'm joined by none other than Kendall George on this fine afternoon. Kendall, welcome to the show, the pride of Atascocita High School, Humboldt, Texas.
Sir, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So let's just kick things off. This is how I always kick the show off. I want to give you the opportunity. Introduce yourself to the viewers, the listeners. Who is Kendall George on the baseball field, off the baseball field, some hobbies, some interests? How do you like to kill your spare time, man?
Um, I don't like to do too much. I'm a pretty low key guy, pretty chill. I love baseball. That's what I've been doing all my life. Um, Off the field, I just love to hang out with my family, my friends, my girlfriend, and that's really it. Just kind of keep the circle close and really just focus on playing baseball.
Well, let's talk about you on the baseball field because you get rave reviews, man. You are, I'm not gonna slice it up. You're fast as hell, right? Let's talk about your game on the field, man. How would you describe yourself?
I'd say I'm a spark plug. I feel like you can put me at the top of any order, and I'll go out there and make something happen for you for sure. Big energy guy. Real calm though, real calm on the field. Always real poised. Just out there, just kind of having fun.
So you got the chance this past summer to play in a million different tournaments, a million different showcases, a little bit of Team USA. What was that experience like for you, and kind of what was the highlight of your summer?
I'd say the highlight of my summer was definitely playing for Team USA. It was an unbelievable experience. You can ask any guy on that team, and I think they'll all say the same thing. It was just crazy seeing all the different cultures, playing against those guys, seeing how they play the game. It's a lot different than how we do it over here in the U.S. But um, it was just an all-around great experience. Got coached by a lot of former big leaguers, and it was just one of those experiences that you gotta really live through to really feel how amazing it was. I feel like I almost learned more stuff about our country and off the field than really in the game. It was just a crazy experience. I can't even really put it into words.
How was it facing international pitching? Did you get pitched a little bit different, Chinese Taipei, some different teams that you had to face for the first time? What was different about the international game?
Um, Really the how they go about things. They're very regimented in their work. It's almost like their game is like more strict. They don't really have too much control of what they really do, but they're really consistent. I saw pitches that I've never seen in my life before. Like we were playing against Chinese Taipei. I don't know how many splitters I saw. That was probably like the second time in my life I ever saw them. I was still able to hit it, but like those dudes were really good, like really good. Actually, some of them were professionals in their own country, so like this was nothing new to them playing this type of competition, but it was definitely different for sure.
I interviewed earlier this summer, might have been last winter. I interviewed Enrique Bradfield, and you guys kind of have some similarities in high school. Extremely fast. Nobody could ever doubt that you were going to be a huge asset in center field, a huge asset on the bases. But one thing that really bothers Enrique Bradfield is people don't think he has any power. And I've seen the film, I've seen the footage, Kendall. You got some juice. Does it bother you at all that people kind of seem to think you're just this slash and dash type?
Not really. I feel like more people are starting to wake up and see that my hit was really legit. Um, I mean, I can't control other people's narratives that they have upon me, but I just kind of go out there and try to be the best Kendall George that I can. Not out there just trying to prove to somebody that I have juice or this or that. Just kind of let it come natural. So, um, yeah, that's really it. Like, I don't look too much into that stuff. I know it'll come over time. I still have a lot of room to grow. So, still early on.
For sure, man. If you end up at Arkansas, Arkansas commit, we'll talk about that in a minute. If you end up at Arkansas, if you end up in the pros, it's a big 2 months ahead of you. You're going to be introduced to a lot more technology. Rapsodo, TrackMan, Hit Tracks, Edgertron. I mean, you're going to be exposed to a lot of things you probably haven't been exposed to a whole lot. Were you exposed to any pieces of technology over the past calendar year at showcases, at tournaments, USA, that you kind of liked?
Um, I wouldn't say that I was because I never really got to like dive into any of that stuff really. I mean, it was kind of like just put on us and they'd take the data and do as they want with it. Never really like got in depth with it or anything like that. So, I mean, yeah, I did have some technology put on me, but I never really got to see like the results and stuff like that or how it really worked.
Would you say you are almost exclusively a field guy?
Yeah, basically right now in my career for sure, because I haven't been exposed to a lot of like different technology ways and stuff like that.
Okay, so I mean, I'm sure you watch the pro game every night. Who's a guy that reminds you of yourself? Who do you kind of try to model your game after?
Um, Me and I mean, I like Corbin Carroll. I mean, he's pretty new to the league, but I feel like we also have some pretty similar aspects in our game. I mean, they like to call him the fastest man in MLB right now. I mean, I think I got him in a race, but a guy like him, kind of like my size, short guy, but sneaky pop and can really run.
I
He's
saw
pretty
Kendall
exciting to
George.
watch.
Yeah, no, I saw Kendall George quite a bit in high school. He's from my neck of the woods up here in the Seattle area, and still, pound for pound, the fastest kid with the most bat speed I have ever seen in my entire life. So that's a pretty good comp. If you end up anything like Kendall George, if you end up anything like Corbin Carroll, you're going to be in good company. I did want to talk to you a little bit about Arkansas. Dave Van Horn, the Razorbacks. You've been committed to Arkansas for quite a while now. What was it about Fayetteville that kind of drew you in?
I just felt like home. When I went up there to visit, it's just a great atmosphere. One of the best college baseball atmospheres that there is in college baseball. So, I mean, the coaching staff from day one, they always made me feel like, I was making the right choice. And they have the best facilities in college baseball, I think, by far. And really, like, it's a calm place. The whole town's rooting for you. The fan base is crazy. One of the best in college baseball. I mean, it's just a great place to play college baseball for sure.
That's a good answer, man. All right, so I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fire questions. We'll get you out of here, get you back on the baseball field. First question for you, Kendall George. You've probably had a million Zoom interviews with scouts and cross checker, everybody in the industry, right? What's the craziest question that you've received so far in one of those interviews?
Um, Dang, it's been a while because a lot of them were in the off season. Um, it had to be something about it actually might have been like a house visit. Someone asked me like if I've like ever like drank and drive or something like that or done any type of drugs. And I'm like, it's just it just wasn't it just didn't make any sense, honestly. I feel like questions like that, I mean, even if you're a guy that has done that, you would still say no. Like it's like they're questions that like even if you really did do it, you wouldn't admit to it. But it's just like I don't understand where that fits in
Decision
like
making. Hey man, the fact
it
that
doesn't
that question doesn't even make sense to you, probably a good sign. Probably a good thing.
it
All right.
doesn't make any type of sense.
I got a real wild card for you. You got one walk-up song for the rest of your life. 25 more years of baseball. You got one song. What are you going with?
Oh man.
Everyone takes that for granted. Everyone says, "Oh, I'm going to change it every year. It's not going to get stale." What's a timeless track forever?
Timeless. You know, the one I have this year is pretty good. Back Then by Mike Jones. I feel like
Oh man.
it's a
Were
real
you
good
alive when
song.
that song came out? That song came out when I was in junior high.
I think I was.
Bro, that song came out in like
I was
2004.
too. Oh, I might have. I was born in 2004, so I mean, maybe just born, but
That's a good pull though. That's a great pull. All right.
yeah.
What's the one meal that you would have before every game for the rest of your career?
Oh, I love crab legs.
Crab legs.
Crab legs and shrimp. Yeah, I love crab legs. I love seafood. But yeah, I would have to because, you know, I like seafood a lot. And, I like crawfish a lot, but crawfish is more work, stuff like that. And I feel like crab legs is more healthy.
Dude, you dip it in
It's on the
butter.
healthier side. It's on the healthier side. I do dip it, but it's on the healthier side if you're not dipping in the butter and all that. But I mean, it's definitely better than like eating a cheeseburger before the game, something like that.
No doubt.
So I mean,
No doubt. No
but it's a
doubt.
decent choice.
I don't think it's as like, solid as like rice and beans, dipping crabs like into butter, but hey man, whatever gives you the energy to move like you do. All right, Kendall, last question. I always end with this question, and you might know what's coming. You played with a lot of guys this past summer. You've played with a lot of guys over the past few years. Who's the one guy that you would not let date your sister?
Dang. Oh man. Probably oh Nazan. Nazan Tatella.
No, Zanatello? I think you're episode
No.
51. I think you're episode 51, and I haven't had Nas on the show yet. And now he's about to be my next episode.
Oh man.
Good answer. Good answer.
That's my boy though. Sure.
Kendall George. I'm not even going to try to say your high school's name again because I know I'll get it wrong. Middle infielder, center fielder, burner. Kendall, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, man. Excited to see what happens with you this July, whether you go pro, whether you end up in Fayetteville. Baseball's better with you in it, man.
Thank you.
All right, man.